Okay, guys. So first of all, before I start this video, I want to say that I am extremely against buying games on release, especially pre-ordering games. This is mainly because there's effectively no good reason to do it other than being like the first person to being one of the first people to play the game. Um, you can basically, first of all, games only get cheaper. If a game comes out, it is going to be half the price next year. Um, and any like updates or DLC or season passes that only like makes it even worse for you to buy the game early. Just like a simple example would probably be like Street Fighter 5. The game came out with 16 characters for $60, and basically it had a season pass, I believe, for 4 years straight, or 3 years, or 4 years. Um, and every season pass, of course, is $25. And then it also had a bunch of optional skins and cosmetics that were not included in the season pass, so you would have to purchase those too. And what did the game do after, like, I believe 4 or 5 years? It came out with a championship edition, which I believe was 30 or $40. Um, and that would include the game with all the DLC and any paid content that they ever released up until that point. So again, like you would probably be paying upwards of 200, maybe even close to $300 if you bought the game at launch and then kept spending money every year on season passes and whatever else they released that was paid. You just wait a little bit and you get a way more polished version of the game, and you get all the content, and it's way cheaper. Um, all of that being said, I'm now about to pre-order this game, Inazuma 11 Victory Road. I have not. The last game I've pre-ordered was Final Fantasy Rebirth, and before Rebirth, it was like I think Guilty Gear Strive. So this is like a very rare thing I do. I really am against doing this because it's such a waste of money. You would only really want to do this if like you the marketing really got you and you just have to play this game when it comes out. In any other situation, you really wouldn't want to do this. They did promise they wouldn't put DLC on for this game. That makes it a lot more buy worthy. Same thing with Final Fantasy Rebirth. With Guilty Gear was a terrible decision. Um, yeah, we're gonna buy this game now. We're gonna get the early access version because it's like 1,000 yen more, and then I can play the game 3 days earlier, and there's like a bunch of content you get. Um, yeah, again, I'm against this. In fact, this game is probably gonna be like pirated on the same day. You could literally just play this game probably. I mean, I know that's technically not legal, but yeah, depending on where you live, the amount of money you'd have to pay for this game is like it's quite literally a scam. Um, but it is leisure, so yeah, you don't need to buy it. Here we go, guys, and I love that they put Silk Song out. Also, random thing I noticed is like literally every person since Silk Song came out uses Silk Song as an argument for why games nowadays are too expensive. Like every time a new game comes out, which is like 60 or $70 usually, right? And then they might have a season pass, whatever, totaling up to like maybe $100. Everyone will be like in the comments, oh, but Silk Song, by the way, is $20. I find it such a weird thing that all of a sudden became such a huge voice when when indie games have existed literally like since the dawn of time. Like cheaper, low budget games have existed like forever, and no one has ever used that like as an argument. Like, oh, Cuphead, you can get Cuphead for $15. Why would you buy, I don't know, whatever game at that time was $60? And then with Silksong, everyone's talking about it. It's so random. Yeah, we're gonna continue with this. Yeah, we're gonna use our wallet here. I think if we press this, then it's in. Then we've done it. Again, I was like very. I think the last time I bought a game was in April, so yeah, I think that's a good half a year ago, if I can count, half a year ago ish. Um, and before that, I think it was like in December the last time. I really don't want to buy games because it's like it's like so unnecessary. Like there's so many games you already wanted to play and had to play, and things that you actually wanted to play, but then something new comes out and you're like you forget about that thing, even though it's still fun if you were to download and play it right now. But yeah, we're going to buy this. Apparently we get some Steam points too. Um, yeah, there goes nothing. Oh, and my money's gone. Okay, the game is yeah, we bought the game, and we should not be able to install it yet, I think. Yeah, this doesn't do anything as I expected. Um, Damn, here it is. Shows the release. This is actually the first. I don't even know what this screen would look like. This is the first time I've. Oh yeah, the installing. Yeah, of course it's not. This is the first time I've pre-ordered a game on Steam. I've done it on PlayStation twice, and it would have this like countdown timer if you would open the game on like the store or whatever where you like supposed to download it. It would have this timer, and if you could preload it, I think it also had a timer. But yes, this is what the screen looks like. Um, yeah, pretty bare bones. Yeah, no community posts, of course. Yeah, we're locked in now. I guess theoretically speaking, we can still refund it, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I waited a very long time for this game. By the way, I think it was like 2017 that they announced it, um, and it's been maybe even earlier. But yeah, what's also very funny is that I literally the reason why I started to study Japanese was because when they initially announced this game, it wasn't there was like no word on a localized version. So it was gonna be exclusively in Japan initially. They had like no news on this game for um, overseas. So that was like initial motivation. Now I literally passed like the GLPTN 1. I'm living in Japan now. So it's funny how that stuff turns out. But yeah, the game has a lot of content and it genuinely feels like it's gonna be a good game. And it's yeah, that's why I guess I'm taking the risk because that is what it is, right? You are taking a risk by buying a game before it came out. If you literally only look at games that have been a few years old, if people are still talking about a game that's a few years old, you know it's a good game, and it's probably gonna either go on sale or it's already dirt cheap. There's like only benefits for you as a consumer, right? But when a new game comes out, people might just be talking about it because it's like the new thing people talk about, but it might not even be that good of a game, right? But if people are still talking about it like years after release, like okay, this is a good game. Um, yeah, that's it. It does say the release is the 14th. I did get the deluxe edition, I think, so it should actually show a different date, but that's probably just how that looks. Yeah, again, first time I pre-ordered something on Steam. So yeah, if anyone I think I should like join a group or something for this game because I do really want to play the online. So yeah, maybe I should join like a Discord. Yeah, that's the video. Um, Again, I like genuinely don't condone this behavior, so I don't know why I'm filming a video of myself doing it. But I really, um, yeah, I think it's like fine if there's like a very specific reason. Um, but I can't imagine how like expensive video games as a hobby would be if this is like your natural behavior. Like if with every release you're only if like as a consumer you're only looking at like new releases and you're always dropping like what is it now, $70 for new games, and you're always dropping $70 for a new game. That would be like that would make gaming a very very expensive hobby, but it can also be like the cheapest hobby if you literally just play games that you can like emulate or that are free or whatever. um yeah, that I guess that's enough yapping. I think I don't there's not much else I wanted to add. Is there anything else I wanted to add? No, not really. Yeah, obviously I'll do a lot of videos on this game. Probably do the entire like story mode and act probably just as much as I can. Yeah. Okay, that's the video.